And I'll be glad to take some questions now.
Is there any sense of what's happening behind the scenes with respect to the proposed science reductions, the funding partially of NIH and the National Science Laboratories? Is there kind of like background underneath opposition to them from either, the Democrats, of course, but from the local congressional delegations that are lean more to Republicans? What's going on kind of with some of those cuts?
Well, I think what's going to happen with those cuts, again, it'll be how the budget resolution plays out. But the reality is a lot of these localized centers, whether it's an animal, in Center for Disease Control, or let's say, for example, what was Brookhaven Lab, these are job centers in different communities. And ultimately, a congressperson, thinking back to Tip O'Neill, gets elected by what happens locally. So when we talk about cuts to science, to other to research programs, that's going to come into play in that way. And Congress members are going to hear from it.
People are in those communities. I'm just thinking of Oak Ridge in Tennessee.
I haven't heard specific places like Oak Ridge how a particular member thinks, but the reality is a member has to think about re-election. And if they're serious and care about re-election, they're going to look at the centers in their community that are federal, that depend on certain funding streams, and that's how it plays out. I think that played out to some extent in the discussions over Affordable Care Act, where a couple of upstate Congress members hung out to dry the downstate Congress members over funding that counties would bear or not in that solution, for example.